The Art of Being Alone by Renuka Gavrani. Imagine for a moment that you are completely alone in a quiet room. Your phone is in another space, notifications are off, and the usual hum of life, the chatter, the background noise, the endless streams of updates has vanished. At first, it feels uncomfortable. It may even feel threatening. That silence presses against you, and if you're honest, it's not just the quiet, it's the fear that comes with it. The fear that when stripped of everyone else's presence, you might realize you are utterly alone. For many of us, being alone has been framed as a deficiency. We've been conditioned to believe that social proof determines our value, that being isolated in a crowd is something to hide or fix. We've been taught to envy the chosen friend groups, the couples who seem to have it all, the people whose lives feel like curated perfection, and in that comparison, we start to feel small, insignificant, incomplete. But what if I told you that this fear of being alone is an illusion, that loneliness is not a state of being, but a lens, a distorted way of seeing yourself through the eyes of social expectation? And what if I promised you that the very thing you've been avoiding, being alone, could become the most powerful catalyst for your growth, creativity, and self-discovery? Today, you're about to embark on a journey to understand that solitude is not a punishment. It is a profound opportunity. The opportunity to meet yourself in a way no one else can, to embrace your mind, your creativity, and your deepest desires without apology. By the end of this experience, being alone will no longer feel like a void. It will feel like freedom, like a sanctuary, like a space where the most important person in your life, the one you have been neglecting, is finally seen, you. The myth of external validation. The first step in transforming loneliness into solitude is to understand that the world has trained you to look outward for your worth. From childhood, we are taught to wait for the right friend, the right partner, the right opportunity to complete us. We romanticize the idea of a soulmate, a hero, a friendship that will rescue us from the ordinariness of our own lives. But here's the harsh truth. People leave, circumstances change, careers shift, relationships evolve or dissolve. If your sense of self depends entirely on external validation, every shift in the world feels like a betrayal. Your inner stability becomes hostage to others' choices. True peace begins when you accept that no one is coming to save you. You are on your own, and that is not a limitation. It is liberation. It means that your life story is yours alone to write, unfiltered by anyone else's opinions or expectations. The gap between self and mask. Many of us live in disguise. We have perfected the art of people-pleasing. We wear masks for our colleagues, our partners, our friends. We say yes when we want to say no, and we conform to expectations that never aligned with who we truly are. Every time you silence your inner voice to fit in, you create a gap between the person you are and the person you pretend to be. That gap is the root of real loneliness. It's not the absence of people around you, it's the absence of yourself within yourself. The solution is radical honesty. The practice of self-love begins not with indulgence, but with self-recognition. Look at your flaws, your selfishness, your mistakes. Don't loathe them. Instead, learn to use them. If you know you can be selfish, channel that awareness to prioritize your career, your passions, and your joy over toxic expectations. When you stop running from yourself, you begin to reclaim your inner authority. Defining who and what you are not. Self-discovery is not just about affirming who you are, it's also about clearly rejecting what you are not. List the behaviors, environments, and values you refuse to adopt even if society celebrates them. Hate the drinking culture? Refuse it. Detest gossip and drama? Walk away. By creating this internal boundary, you elevate your standards and naturally attract circumstances and people aligned with your true self. This is the foundation of independent thought. When you stop being a follower, you reclaim the power to make decisions rooted in your integrity rather than conformity. The art of solitude. History shows us that creativity and originality flourish in solitude. Artists like Georgia O'Keeffe retreated to the New Mexico desert, away from New York's noise, and produced their masterpieces not because the world applauded them, but because they finally connected with their own nature. Nikola Tesla, too, preferred the quiet of his own mind, allowing complex ideas to crystallize without distraction. In today's world, social media has replaced the desert. We are addicted to constant input, afraid to meet ourselves face to face. Yet true focus, the rarest luxury, is born in silence. When your mind is free from endless noise, you enter a space where ideas flow effortlessly, where creativity is no longer a struggle, but a natural expression of your inner world. The brain detox and the sweetness of doing nothing. Just as your body needs rest, your mind requires periods of conscious solitude. A brain detox is a deliberate practice, disconnecting from digital input, sitting without distractions, allowing your thoughts to settle. In these moments, you experience the art of getting bored. There is a beauty in deliberate idleness. In Italy, it's called dolce far niente, the sweetness of doing nothing. Here, unpressured by tasks or obligations, your mind relaxes and your soul speaks. In boredom, clarity emerges. In silence, the deepest ideas take shape. This is where you reconnect with yourself and awaken your most creative potential. Transforming your relationship with solitude begins with small, deliberate shifts. A Friday night alone is no longer a mark of failure, it is a chance to level up. The first step is honesty. Ask yourself, what am I avoiding? What am I hiding behind constant connection? Focus on one transformative action at a time. Identify the single biggest source of tension or anxiety in your life, your career, health, or personal growth, and dedicate energy to improving that one area. Small, consistent action builds momentum. You don't need a perfect plan or Instagram-worthy habits. What matters is alignment with your own priorities. Stop forcing yourself into routines that don't fit your nature. If you're not a morning person, don't pretend to be. Discover your unique rhythm and honor it. When your life aligns with your natural inclinations, growth no longer feels like a punishment, it feels like excitement. Finally, make your alone time addictive. Cultivate multiple sources of joy that exist independent of others. Take yourself out for coffee, buy flowers for yourself, learn a new skill. In this independence, you find freedom. You no longer live at the mercy of others' choices. You serve yourself at the dinner party of life, and in doing so, you become whole. 10 actionable takeaways. 1. Schedule a daily mind meetup. Spend 10 to 15 minutes in total silence, observing your thoughts without judgment. 2. Audit your social labels. Identify the judgments society has imposed on you and consciously reject them. 3. Create a not to be list. Write down 5 traits or lifestyles you refuse to adopt, clarifying your core values. 4. Perform a daily brain detox. Disconnect from all digital input for a set period to reset and reflect. 5. Practice dolce far niente. Intentionally do nothing for 20 minutes, no distractions, to cultivate creativity and self-control. 6. Define your own success and happiness. Create personal definitions rather than following social norms. 7. Identify your one big issue. Focus energy on improving a single area of life before moving to the next. 8. Set measurable action goals. Turn desires into concrete daily steps aligned with your priorities. 9. Date yourself. Plan a solo outing once a month, treating it with the care and attention you would give a partner. 10. Document learning. Maintain a journal or folder summarizing one meaningful insight each day from observation or study. For too long, we've feared silence, mistaking emptiness for failure. But emptiness is not absence, it is a vast, unclaimed space waiting for you to step into it. You are not a weirdo for being alone, you are an explorer, an artist in the process of creating a life that truly belongs to you. The world may be a crowded dinner party, but you hold your plate. You no longer wait for someone else to serve you the life you want. You are free to be undefinable, to be deliciously alone, to be whole.
So tonight, when you find yourself in silence, do not reach for escape. Ask instead, who am I when no one is watching? What masterpiece am I ready to build? Your life is not a waiting room, it is the main event, and now it is yours to own.